All right, we're continuing to work with design and branding. And so, this part of the week, I want you to talk about developing your brand. And if you have your own business already, um, talk about what went into putting, how you develop the look that you have for your brand, or if you have one yet, or if you're just still floundering with that, because hopefully the lecture that I shared with you on developing or using design and aesthetics to help um, improve the look of something will help you work with your branding itself, because you do want to have kind of a theme, a color, something, so you build recognition. That's why you have branding. So people, like when you go to the grocery store, for me, I hate it when they change the brand or the look, um, the wrapper that goes around a package or something, because I'll go, oh shoot, which one was it? Because maybe I recognize the pictures or something and don't always remember the name of the brand, but it's like, I always get that one. Oh, which one was it now? So that's something you have to think about too eventually, as you can change things up, but you have to make sure that people go along with that development and changes. So let's take a look at that. But just a reminder, here's the class links module up here, and I did update, and we had a couple people that dropped the class, so your group members may be shifting. So let's take a look at this. So now that you've looked at how other people are using branding and aesthetics and design on their website, and the impact it kind of has when you're looking at things, it should make you more thoughtful about what you're choosing for your own brand development. So if you have a business you're working with, I want you to talk about, like I said, the development of your branding for that. And explain, do you have a logo? Or are you the face of the brand? Is there a tagline? Because sometimes people like, sometimes you'll see a business and it has a name with a word, like, okay, we have Webster Design. And sometimes I think, well, design is a broad choice of a word. Do we need to say graphic design under there somewhere or something? But actually, we've been in business long enough that we mostly get referrals for our work, so we haven't worried about it. But with our brewery, of course it says Aztec Brewing Company because we want people. But even that, there's so many different kinds of brewing now that people are doing. So there's people, are you a coffee brewer? Are you this kind of brewer or that kind of brewer? Do you make what is it that you make? So, the tagline can give you some way to focus people in. Do you have a color scheme that you're using? It's good to have a solid color scheme so that if you develop, like posts and things like that, and fonts as well, you want it to look consistent. You don't want it to look like, oh, this week let's you use yellow, and next week let's use red or orange or whatever. You want things to work together. And that's why big companies um, actually develop a book that explains how you can use their logo, how you can do design like flyers and things like that. It needs to use this and this and this, and it has a different color that they'll use, and fonts and font size and all that kind of things, because they want it to look consistent, so somebody looks at it, bam, they know what it is. So that's great. That's all part of developing your brand and building your recognition. So if you don't have a business to use, but you have one that you've always wanted to make, it's like it's been in your mind, and it's a fictitious one at this point, or maybe it's coming soon, you can do that, because I'm not saying that maybe you'll never make that business, but why not use that as something to focus on if it's an area you're interested in. And then if you don't have a business or an idea for one, you can always work as if you were going to set up a social media consulting business, because there's a lot of people that need help. I'm sure you've looked at and seen pretty terrible looking social media, or not, people aren't posting frequently, um, are frequently enough to get their brand recognized out there, because it's just like randomly, oh, we post once a month. Well, that's not enough. People won't remember you. There's so many businesses, so many people out there. You need to have things, again, so they look like they go together, and then post things often enough that people remember you. You want to build that brand recognition. It's all part of those things. So if you need some more information, how to build brands, a good post. And then, so write at least 5 paragraphs. That's typically what I'm looking for, discussing the development of a brand. And again, it should be written from the perspective of your existing brand or perspective of business you're thinking of creating, or again, like I said, running a social media consulting business. So that's what's up for this. 20 points. Write the post on your blog, and I'm looking forward to seeing it. And just to let you know, I'm back at grading again. I had another class start this week, so I've been struggling through the check-in period, which is overwhelming. It's sometimes I wish they had a class, a real class in the beginning, so everyone can go here, and then you can check them all off, and you're done in like 10 minutes. But instead, it's like struggling to hello, you need to tell me you're still here. But that's my whining today. So here we go.